I started with every research in Rimworld to see how removing a fundamental feature would be. Of course, to combat this we need Randy Random on 500% threat. We start off with Belisar on the flowery fields. We have a few magic mods to spice things up. A shack is planned. Early game is relatively similar, except I was overwhelmed with all the buildings I had, which is why I had to play late game to determine how fast things go. Watch till the end because we progress quite fast. And we clear out fields and go up to kill some rabid animals for food. Essentially, we can stun people and things with magic. Expansion is planned as we get a wanderer whom joins. We call her Who Am I. She had good traits and, well, let's just say she was a good colonist until we worked together as she is a traitor. We down her with magic and capture her. Now, she was actually quite good for being a slave, so of course I would like to torture her and capture her. She did get brain damage though. So essentially, we will need a lot of steel and components really shine through if you want to progress, so a fabrication bench is needed. We accept a quest for an MEI field for a colonist. We call her Soullight and expand. We hire refugees to help us early game. Expansion was quick as the summer was coming to an end. We didn't have enough time to grow some plants, so we had to hunt to stock up on some food. Let's just say we get psychoid leaves as well as we butcher up the muffalos. And a new panther was here whom we decide to destroy. And we get the honor quest whom we accept, except it was bugged, so we get the deserter quest whom we accept. This person was very good with healing hands and good passion traits. Of course the raiders are dealt with as we destroy them quite easily with our puny weapons. Afterwards everything is replaced with marble. And as always, every time refugees thank us and leave, they die. Wonderful. Afterwards, the snow fell on us as we continued to build. Winter was upon us as another colonist seemed good. We accept against 2 raids that would eventually commence upon our lands, attacking wandering people, since we need a lot of enemies, and I like to kill wandering people. As the raid for the quest arrives. They came in darkness and stumbled upon our land as the enemies were here. Turns out they were enemies against themselves, so well, we let them fight. They killed each other whilst we go ahead and try to kill them on our own. The bits and scraps of the fight, well, this was it, and of course, with our cover, we defeat them all. It was a success as Belisar with her magic conquers. We can open the door here and you can draft and undraft them and this will happen. Next up we do get some infections and we strip and well, extract their skulls. But the dark and cold winter left us foodless. A mech cluster crashed as mining begun indoors. We look at magical skills and mine some components. The bad thing was that we had to eat humans, which left us, well, depressed. All the colonists wanted to kill each other, but Belisar was a formidable foe. We capture them so we can convert them. A space battle commenced beneath the sky and the mechs got struck as they came for us. The ciphers, well, they were not that powerful. I was surprised how well we handled it, and the immense skyrocket landed on us as we continued to stay indoors as alpha viewers were. Due to extreme famine though, Who Am I passes away. Due to her brain damage and food issue, well, we bury her. She will not be remembered. But we will move forward as quest complete and spring arrives. Finally, some heat as we expand upon our walls and a funeral is held. A crash land with a colonist appeared and joins us. Wonderful. Now we can call him Who Am I, as he is a fire mage. Then another raid as melee attackers are dealt with the run and gun mod. These raiders are Bulgors, who essentially deal more damage and have more defensive stats, so it takes quite some time than regular humans, so I was quite surprised that they were kidnapping one of our colonists, so of course we have to take him down before he leaves. And we do some more hunting as we construct nutrient paste dispensers to hide human meat and expand upon the bedrooms. Things are constructed as the fabrication bench is complete and a new refugee landed on our land, so of course we want more recruits as we build and use some abilities to transmute things as a new kill box is constructed. The kill box is done as we were expanding and getting rich at a hastily pace with components. With the immense amount of chunks we had, we wanted to make our living area more sustainable. A mech cluster and insectoid raid. We watched from above and inside the base as they fought among each other. Eventually though, the insects died and now they were coming for us. Centipede is dealt with as the EMP grenades stun it. We use our fire mage, Who Am I, to essentially kill a very... With the Reaper he can launch and attack. Very powerful siege breaker, whom dies. And with EMP grenades and extreme firepower, the Centipede can't really shoot. And recruits had a lot of abilities as another Centipede came and we used our newly recruited Reaper Anita to destroy turrets and fly to the next one without any issue, but she gets downed as we have to rescue her. We purchase slaves and later attack the caravan because we like, or I like, having enemies. As we fight them off, we will kill them and extract their skulls in front of them to show dominance, while the colony was calm as we have a new drone to help us harvest some plants. A mech raid pumped through our mountain as we, well, used more magic and they made a new hole in our mountain. We stood and killed them with fireballs and immense firepower. Probably one of the best defenses in Rimworld is hiding along a wall, whilst they cannot shoot. Oil is then constructed. As winter is upon us once again, we replace, and as a pack of rats appeared, we destroy. Of course with 500 Fret and Randy, while raids were endless as the kill box proved beneficial. The little corner let the colonists at the top deal with them easily, so they came in rushing in as these were more Bulgors and Gors. Essentially a few tough bastards. They took a while to die, but with Who Am I being a melee combatant, we deal with them all. These Bulgors were extremely powerful, and once killed, we decided to capture some for organs. The rest of the base is built as a new auto mortar and war casket foundry is constructed. Our mighty Bulgor will become a war casket. If you didn't know, for 1 jade you can construct a fence and it will have 14 beauty, very useful. Otherwise, we work on the base as more quests appeared for the raids. We accept. Then recruit the Bulgor, who becomes the demon warlord. We hire him into the war casket as we get him to get some barrage armor. This would be grenades, and once that is done we construct it, and eventually we have this massive colonist. Oh, marvelous, he will become a leader and is now a machine. He can essentially only fight with melee, but he is a wonderful pawn. The colony was at peace as we test abilities and gather resources. While raids were plundered with the automortar. We kill them one by one as Demon Warlord takes all the attention. His armor was very tough. We have to use EMP grenades as they have shield packs on their backs. Demon Warlord handled this very well as he stood and did nothing as the colonist. Afterwards, they flee as reparation is commenced. Cloves lied around everywhere as a new raid was here. It was only a small pack, so a few grenades and massive turrets and guns killed them off. We swarmed inside, but this group was so tiny we could easily kill them on our own. Well, Bulgor, he ships themselves, had nothing against war caskets. They are destroyed. Yes, another raid was here. They landed on their previous siege and we end up, well, exploding every single one of them as we hit mortar shells. Unluckily for them, massive explosions would diminish their pack and they fled. As we make fancy buildings and complete more quests, I can't keep count. The quest for all those raids, well, it was this one, so we send it off and work on some more buildings. Psychoid is grown and a furnace for all their bodies are constructed. We can smelt rotten bodies automatically as we build more floors and armored walls. General colony improvements appeared as we griefed tree harvesters. We applied dementia to one of them, which was successful as we messed with magic on him. Our colonists, well, they decide on a massive wall improvement, which is hastily done by our people. Then a ferocious hive. After the big, massive infestation, we work on replacing our current area with a huge storage. Afterwards, a new raid was here as we prepare ourselves. As always, the raids were tiny. And a massive raid appeared with 80 pirates. As they land on our lands, our PC starts to go below 10 FPS. Wonderful. Let's just say one of the prisoners had a prison break as well, which was annoying, but we bombard them with... They approach us at first, as we seem to have control over the situation. But I quickly realized how many there were and we had to back up. Unfortunately, Demon Warlord dies and we have to flee. We end up fighting in a corridor where they come to us. The damage was immense. So I hired pirates to help us rebuild. Let's just say there is a lot of clothing here, eh? The body stacked up was immense and our full base looked like absolute garbage when more animals came. We took care of them as we continued to rebuild. Everything is eventually done as we continue to fight off. After all that, we rebuild as the lands of snow were calm. A new recruit whom will protect us. This guy wasn't as powerful as a Bulgor, but he will be sufficient enough and he can shoot out miniguns. And he was a paladin. New raids appeared all the time. Only a small surge came. But then another big raid was here. Unlike before with the mechanoids, these were the only other sappers we had. So of course we prepare ourselves. The first big sappers, we fight them in choke points where we will be safe. We flanked from behind where they tried to flee, but chaos was everywhere. After defeating that raid, an unexpected drop pod on our base, which was brutal. They overwhelmed us faster than people on Go Juice and end up killing most of us. Balisar stands alone but is now downed. As the dark gloomy night and the drips of snow fell on us, Balisar gets kidnapped. Well, thanks to my Patreons, and if you're bored, then watch these videos next.